Great, and then back through center. Reach up, interlace your fingers behind your back. Take your knuckles towards the ceiling and try to stretch your arms. Straighten your legs a little bit more. Bring your hands against your low back to release those interlaced fingers. Walk your hands to the top of your mat. Great. Put your knees down. Push your bum back. And let your head go. All right, lots of tension in the body from all those classes this week. So we're going to work through releasing that tension. Two more deep breaths into the width of your low back. And you've got your knees wide here in this version of child's pose. So your belly is actually hanging between the thighs. Awesome. Pull yourself all the way forward with your palms and then lay on your front. Keep your feet wide. Okay, push your tailbone towards the mat as you lift your chest up. Inhale up. And then roll back down as you exhale. And then push up and back as you inhale. And as you exhale, bum to the heels. Take one breath. Inhale forward. Exhale, lay on your belly. Tailbone moving towards the floor. Inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, roll back down. Inhale up to your hands and knees. And exhale, recline to your heels. Big breath. One more. Inhale forward. Exhale to the floor. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, roll back down. Inhale up to your hands and knees. And exhale, recline to your heels. Excellent. Come forward to your hands and knees, keeping your knees wide. Take your feet out, so your feet are just a little wider than your knees. Hands are under your shoulders, tuck your toes, and push your tailbone back with your knees bent. Then start to pedal your heels out, straightening one leg at a time, working down through the heel before you switch sides. Fingers are wide. All right, with a soft bend in your knees, walk your hands all the way to the back of your mat and come back into the forward fold that we started with. That's it. Hold your elbows, let your head go. Two more breaths. All right, bring your hands back to your mat. Walk forward till you're in plank. Bring your feet in so they're hip distance apart. And you can always put your knees down if you'd like for chaturanga. Elbows straight back. That's it. Inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, pull back with your core so you're in downward dog. And raise and lower both heels at the same time. Look to the top of your mat. Hopper step forward, so you're standing at the top of your mat with your big toes, knuckles touching. Put your hands on your shins and inhale, lengthen forward. Now exhale, fold in. Try to bow towards the floor. Reach your arms wide and up as you inhale, rise up. That's it. Stretch your arms up overhead and exhale your hands to your heart center. I'm not going to change my camera view just yet. We're going to reach up, reach wide, hinge forward, palms go down. You can bend your knees if you need to. Hopper step into plank. I'm going to step first. All right, lower to chaturanga. You can put your knees down. That's it. Inhale to up dog, chest up. Exhale to down dog, roll over the toes. Hold on here for 2 more breaths. Try to push forward with the strength of your hands. Look to the top of your mat. Hopper step forward to a standing position. Forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, look down. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, reach your arms wide and up. Reach up overhead, inhale up. Exhale your hands through your heart center. Right, reach up, reach wide, hinge forward, palms down, get into plank, hopper step. Lower to chaturanga, you can put your knees down. Inhale up. Exhale down, roll over the toes. All right, let's add on here. Rock your heels up and roll them down and walk your hands back now. So you're at the back of your mat. Put your hands on your shins with your chest parallel to the floor and reach your arms forward with your palms turned in. Your weight's in your heels, push your tailbone back. Always bending the knees if you need to. Pull the navel in and exhale, stand all the way up. Stretch up, try to touch the ceiling with your fingertips. Now look forward, pull the ribs down and slide your right hand or left hand down the outside of your thigh and reach. Doesn't matter which side you're doing. Really arch the waistline here to stretch up those hips. Pull the ribs down, reach up, and switch sides. All right, come all the way up. Reach up overhead, and we're gonna hinge forward. I'm gonna show you from the side. We're trying to keep our back long until our hands come to the floor, and then we're walking forward to plank again. That's it. Once you get into plank, lower to chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale down. Great, take 1 deep breath here. Tailbone moving back, sit bones moving back. Look to the top of your mat, hopper step forward. Inhale, lengthen, look down. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, reach wide and up. Exhale your hands through your heart in prayer. Reach up again. Reach wide and hinge forward. Palms down, get into plank. Lower to chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale down. Take 1 big breath. Rock your heels up together. Roll them back down. Walk your hands to the back of your mat. Put them on your shins. Chest moving forward, parallel to the floor. Reach your arms forward, big breath. Exhale all the way up. Inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale your hands through your heart. Reach up. Reach forward. Palms to the floor, walk forward. Chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale down. Take 1 more breath. We're going to do 1 more round. Exhaling hard in your downward dogs. Tailbone moving back. Sit bones moving back. Hopper step to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen, look down. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, reach wide and up. Exhale, hands through the heart in prayer. And then sweep up again. Reach wide and lengthen forward. Palms down, get into plank. Chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale down. Take one big breath here. Rock your heels up. Roll them down. Walk your hands back. Put them on your shins. Chest parallel to the floor. Reach your arms forward with your palms turned in. Pull the navel in as you exhale up. Inhale, reach up. Lift those hips up. Exhale your hands through your heart. Reach up. Reach forward. Walk back to your plank position. Lower for chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. All right. I'm going to turn around so you can see my feet. Turn your heels in so that they touch, turning your toes out. Legs are close. That's it. Now we're going to bend our knees, drop the hips, and then straighten the legs again. And bend and straighten. That's it. Working down through the heels each time your legs are straight. Couple more. 2 more. 1 more time. Okay, let's keep that position for a second. Root down through those heels. Even if they don't touch the floor, try to push down towards the floor with them. Keep pushing forward with your hands. Take 1 more deep breath here. Keep your left heel turned in as it is and step your right foot to the top of your mat. Right foot forward, left heel's turned in and down. Sweep your arms up. There's our warrior 1. Let's interlace our fingers, except the index fingers are extended. Now use those interlaced fingers to help yourself straighten your elbows. Your back heel is turned in and down and touching the floor. So rotate that left heel in, that's it. See if you can lift your chest, but drop your tailbone. So don't overarch the back. I love this song. Let's open our arms wide at shoulder height with our palms up for warrior 2. If we're getting lower, the back leg is sneaking back. The front knee is going to stay behind the ankle. Let's look back over our left hand and reach towards the back of the room. Keep reaching back. Put those fingertips on the back of that leg. Take your right arm up. That's it. Watch that right knee. It's moving forward, not inwards. So Robbie and I are doing opposite legs. I'm actually using my right leg, but to you it's going to look like a mirror. Robbie's trying to mirror you to be helpful, but he's using his left leg.
No, we're on the same legs.
We're on the same leg.
Oh, should I mirror?
No.
Okay.
Pull your hip in and back. I made a mistake. Put your right forearm on your right thigh and extend your left arm up overhead. Stretch out your waistline. Okay, you're welcome to stay here, or you can start to sneak that right hand lower. Any amount. Oh yeah. Now if you don't have a block, which some of you won't, push the back of your right arm into that inner thigh. That gives you more, you can brace there so that you've got more stability if you can't get your hand to the floor. We're gonna stay here a little longer. Let's wrap our left arm around our back. We're reaching towards the top of that right thigh. Let's see if we can drop that right shoulder at all and reach through the leg and maybe find the left hand. Woo! All right, let's unravel here. Put your fingertips either side of your right foot. Slide your left leg all the way forward so you're standing really with half a leg's length distance between your right heel and your left heel. See how close my feet are? Put your fingertips on the floor. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, fold in.
Feel free to keep that front leg bent
Absolutely, you can always put a little bend in the knee or the leg that you're stretching. Getting into the back of that right hip, right hamstring, right glutes. Okay, we're just going to lift our chest enough to transition to bring that left foot forward. Take your right leg and cross it behind your left, really tight. All right, now push down into your right heel as you hang over the legs again. So your weight is shifting back into your back foot, meaning your right foot.
And that left knee is slightly bent. The right leg is trying to stay long.
All right, fingertips are down. We're going to bring those feet side by side. All right, reach up, interlace your fingers behind your back the way that feels odd. Put a little bend in your knees. Take your knuckles up and then bow towards those knees. Weights in your heels here. Hands to the low back, palms to the floor, releasing those interlaced fingers, hop or step into plank. Feet are hip distance, chaturanga. Inhale up, exhale down. Great, take a big breath here. Just like we did on the other side, let's bring our feet close, turning the heels and the toes out. Great. Bend and straighten your legs. So your knees are bending, they're going outwards, then you're straightening. Shorty's attacking your phone. Hi, Shorty. What's going on, kitty? Hi, Shosho. Couple more. All right, last time. Keep your right heel turned in and down and step your left foot forward between your hands and reach up to warrior one. Right. Interlaced fingers, index fingers extended, stretch up. Tailbone moving down, chest lifting up. All right, let's open our arms wide, palms up for warrior two. Back leg can sneak back. Watching that left knee, it's moving forward, not inward. We're gonna reach back, look over our right hand to lengthen further back. Right fingertips go to the back of the right leg, left arm goes up. Reversing your warrior, stretch up. Awesome. Pull that hip crease back as you start to bring your left forearm to your left thigh. Reach that right arm up overhead, stretching forward with the right arm. Stay put or push the back of your left arm against the inner left thigh and wiggle your left hand closer to the floor. You don't need a block if you don't have one. Just use pressure to keep yourself in a comfortable position. So instead of propping yourself up on a block, you're just going to push into the inner thigh to hover that hand away from the mat.
So you don't want to use a block?
You don't have to. If you don't have a block,
You don't have to.
all right, let's see what we can do here. Wrap your right arm around your back. We're going to try to drop that left shoulder lower, reach through the thigh. Maybe we find the right hand. If that's not for you, don't worry about it. Go back to a previous position. Okay, guys, let's unravel. Hands are either side of your left foot. Bring your right foot forward, separating the feet about half a leg's length. Your left heel is aligned with your right heel. Take a big breath, inhale. And as you exhale, start to fold in. You're always allowed to bend your knees. Lots of tension in those left glutes from all that glute work this week. Lots of tension in the hamstrings from all the leg strengthening this week. Two more breaths here. All right, fingertips to the floor just for balance. Your right foot's gonna come forward and then cross your left leg behind your right, so your ankles are crossed. Put your weight in your back heel, so your left heel, and hang forward again.
Now, right knee stays slightly bent.
All right, last round here. Fingertips down for more stability. Bring your left foot forward, so now you've got your big toe knuckles touching. We're gonna reach up, interlace the fingers the way that feels odd to our hands. Soft bend in the knees. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Weights in your heels. Think of the width of your glutes here, from one side pocket to the other. Hands against the low back. Release those interlaced fingers. Palms to the floor. Hopper step plank. Feet are hip distance for chaturanga. Inhale up. And exhale, downward dog. See if you can get your heels a little closer to the floor here and lift your tailbone up. All right, great. Step your right foot forward and pause. Bring both hands up onto your right thigh. Take your left arm up. All right, take your right arm up. Stretch up. So we've got our back heel lifted this time. What are you doing?
Where's your thumb?
I don't know. Why?
I just want to use the thumb.
It's right there, but I have to use my thumb to.
Oh.
All right, let's open up to Warrior Two, this time with our palms down. Turn your left heel down. And then straighten your front leg. Pull that hip in and reach forward for triangle. Right arm reaching forward, hand to the shin, left arm to the sky, twist up. Stretch your left arm forward. Take a peek at your right foot. Bend your knee and twist down to put your left hand on the mat inside your right foot.
Left heel is off the floor.
Your right arm goes up. All right, twist down. Palms are down. You're gonna step your right knee back and put it in the middle of your mat and cross your left leg behind it. Now some of you are gonna have trouble with this. You can try, but if it doesn't work out, you're gonna flip onto your back and cross your knees the same way, like this, okay? Before we do so, we've got our left leg crossed behind our right. Our hands are down. Take a big breath, inhale. Left knee crossed behind the right. Inhale, and as you exhale, just push your hips backwards. And then inhale forward again. And exhale, push backwards. And inhale forward again. Couple more. Okay, the next time you shoot your hips back, we're going to keep those knees crossed. And we're going to come onto our forearms. That's stop one. Okay, lots of tension in the hips for many of us, so we can stay here. If you feel comfortable and you can sit all the way to the floor, bum between the heels, go for it. You can also sit on a block or a pillow. All right? That's it. So we've got our knees crossed tight. Tight, tight, tight. And I shouldn't be shifting around like this, and neither should you, okay? And then put your knee on your chin if it's accessible, or your chin on your knee, I guess that would be easier. And your hands, bring them forward with your palms up. Now breathe into the width of your hips. So we're doing a lot to unlock the glutes, the hamstrings, the SI area, all that tension we build really from just existing, but if you've been doing high impact, you're gonna feel it. Let's take one more big breath here. All right, for those of you that are forward on your forearms, sit up, and we're gonna bring our feet forward. Just join us in a seated position. Otherwise, your hands can go behind you and can just flip that left leg forward, okay? We're gonna take our hands behind our right thigh, interlace the fingers, and extend that right leg straight up. That's it. Now keep pulling your core muscles in as you slowly roll back and push up through the ball of your foot. Okay, let's add a little more fuel to this fire. Take your hands further up towards your ankle and hold with both hands. Keep your shoulders lifted. Great, let's release and interlace our fingers behind the thigh and pick up the left leg and squeeze your core. Do not touch the leg anymore. Reach forward of the thigh. Reach forward so your hands aren't actually touching the leg, and hold on. All right, you can hold the thigh again, bend your right knee, and use the momentum to sit up. Put your right foot forward. All right, take your left arm up. Take a big breath, inhale, and reach across to hold the outside of your right foot with your left hand. You can bend your knee if you need to. Okay. Now we're going to take that right arm up, big breath, inhale, and exhale, twist back and look towards our right fingertips.
Keep the spine long.
That's it.
You can lean back a little bit. Just make sure you're not like sinking into your back and struggling for this pose.
Sit up tall, everybody.
Knee can be as bent as you need it to be. You want the twist, not necessarily the extension here. So make sure you can breathe freely.
All right, finishing your next breath, take your right ankle and put it on your left thigh, just above the knee. Your fingers are turned out and behind you. Now bend your left knee and then pick your hips up. Right knee moving out to the side. You're in a table position. Let your head drop.
If the shoulders feel tight, don't lift the hips too high.
Open up the chest. Lift your chest up. Your shoulders will feel tight. Lift your hips up. Okay, with care, drop your left hip down, cross your ankles, right foot in front of the left, and sit up nice and tall. Now see where my knees are into the crooks of my elbows? Push down with your knees into the crooks of your elbows and sit up tall. So the upper back is moving up, the crown is moving up. You should feel a stretch in the shoulders, in the biceps, in the back. All right, release, rocking forward in your own way. Hop or step, get back into plank. Lower to chaturanga. Inhale up. And exhale down. From here, we're going to widen our right fingertips. So Robbie, widen your right fingertips so everyone can see. Take your left hand and reach through, see if you can find your right ankle with your left hand. Now try to drop your right heel and look under your right armpit. Strong right arm, push forward. You can do this with two hands down if you prefer. Let's take our left hand forward again for regular downward dog. Turn your right heel in and down and step your left foot forward to the top of your mat for warrior one. Okay, pick up your back heel and we're moving into our crescent lunge. So your back heel is lifted, stretch up. So back heel, that's it. Open up that right hip. We're going to turn that right heel down again. Open up warrior two with your palms down. Straighten your left leg, your left knee. Pull that hip crease in and reach forward. Left hand to the shin. Right arm to the sky and twist up. Take your right arm and reach forward. All right, we're going to twist down, bending your left knee, put your right hand inside your left foot. Your right heel is going to come up again here. And twist up, left arm goes up. All right, twisting down, hands are down. You're going to take your left knee back to the middle of your mat. Cross your right knee behind it. Otherwise, you're laying on your back. Laying on your back instead. Take a big breath here. Inhale. And as you exhale, push your bum back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. So we've got our left knee in front of our right. Inhale forward. Exhale back. So a few more like that. Now this is sort of a variation of cow face pose. And I don't want you to push yourself into cow face pose. So the next time we're shifting back, The option is, it's more like a crossed-kneed child pose. So you're on your forearms, but your hips continue moving back. You'll still feel the hips. And many of you won't have blocks, so you're just gonna stay on your forearms. For those of you that are comfortable and you can sit back between your heels, you're gonna do that. Your knees are gonna stay crossed tight. Okay, for those of you that are sitting to the floor or to a pillow or a block, if you happen to have it, which you don't have to force yourself into. So those of you that are questioning it, you're gonna stay forward on your forearms, don't move anymore. Everybody that's sitting to the floor, put your chin on your knee and your hands are forward, palms up. Breathe into the width of your low back, no matter which variation you're in. Two deep breaths. Being very cautious of your own knee sensitivities. Some of you are going to come all the way up and just find a way to sit with your legs forward. Others are going to come up and you're going to easily be able to bring that right leg forward in front of you. And now we're going to interlace our fingers behind the left leg and push up with the ball of the foot. So you got that left leg in the air. Great. Pull the core muscles in and slowly roll onto your back. And then keep pushing up through the ball of the foot. Let's take a little walk higher on that leg. Any height higher is fine. Pick up your shoulders. You don't pull on your leg, you just hold it. Let's bring our right leg off the floor. Interlace the fingers behind the thigh again, but don't touch it. So here's me touching it, here's me with my arms away. So when my palms are not connected to my leg anymore. Feeling the core. Big breaths. All right, take hold of the back of the leg again. Bend your knee. You're going to create some momentum to sit up. Both legs are extended out in front of you. Toes pulled back towards you. You can bend this knee in the next position if you need to, okay? Your left knee, that is. Right arm goes up, big breath, inhale. As you exhale, reach across and hold the outside of your left foot. Leg comes up. Left arm goes up. Left arm reaches back. Twist back. So even though you're reaching back, you're actually sitting forward. So instead of feeling like you're leaning back, you're not. You're leaning towards the front of your mat as your left arm is reaching to the back of the mat. And sit up tall. Let's take one more breath. Bending your left knee, bring it forward and put it on your right ankle, or your left ankle is just above your right knee. And hands behind you with your fingers turned out. Bend that right knee so the foot is flat. This is a chest opener, okay? So we want to use the strength of our right foot, right thigh. Left knee is turning out. Chest is wide, collarbones are wide. Let your head drop. It feels like you're lifting your low back into the body. With control, drop your right hip to the floor again. We're going to take the left ankle in front of the right, crossing the ankles, hold your knees. Remember, your knees are into the crooks of your elbows so you can push down on them. See, feels like this, pushing down. Okay, sit up tall. See if you can lift the crown of your head and drop your shoulders. Tuck that chin down and draw up on the back of your neck just a bit more for one more breath. In your own way, you can hop or step into plank. Make sure your knees feel safe no matter what you're doing. And then lower to chaturanga. Inhale up. And exhale down. All right, so we've got left fingers wide because we want to have a good base of support from our left hand. Remember, this is an optional pose. You can keep both hands down if you prefer. Take your right hand and reach for your left ankle and try to push your left heel to the floor as you look under your left armpit. Alright, your right hand is going to go forward again. Then your right foot's going to step forward. And we're going to turn our mats. I'm going to turn my mat sideways so you can see what this next sequence looks like. So your right foot goes forward, and you can change the position of your mat now as well. We're going to turn to face left. Great. So if you need to adjust your mat now, guys, go ahead so that you can easily look forward and see the camera and see the screen. So you too, turn your mats the other way. Turn them wide. Yep. That's right. All right, reach up, interlace your fingers behind your back. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold in. So you can go right in front of me, Robbie, and it'll be okay if you just stagger a bit.
Oh, it's okay.
Alright, great. Interlace fingers released, fingertips to the floor, chest parallel to the floor. Bend your knees and turn your toes and knees out. Hands to the inner thighs, push into that inner right thigh and twist to the left. And switch. back through center. Let's straighten those legs for a moment. Reach up into a wide V. Bring your right arm forward. Take your left arm under it. Wrap the forearms. That's it. Now bend your knees again, but keep lifting your elbows up. All right, straighten your legs, unwrap your arms. Right, we're gonna reach wide. I'm gonna bend my right knee, put my fingertips on the floor in front of my right toes. Focus your eyes down towards your right hand. Now start to bring your left leg up. Turn those left toes up. So here we are in half moon. Lengthen through the left side of your waist. If you're feeling balanced, look up. Look at the floor, put your left hand down, make your left hip parallel to the mat, point your left toes, take your right arm up. All right, put your right hand next to your left on the floor. Step back, you're in a lunge, your left toes are down. Now turn left and pigeon toe your heels. You okay there, kiddo? Heels out, toes in. Let's hold our big toes with our first two fingers and our thumbs. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Elbows going out. Upper back moving wide. Alright, release your big toes, fingertips to the floor for some stability, bending your knees, turn the toes out, turn the knees out. Hands to your inner thighs. One more time, we're pushing into that right inner thigh and twisting left. And let's switch. Let's come back to center. We're gonna straighten those legs. Reach up into a wide V. Bring your left arm forward. Wrap the right arm under the left. Wrap the forearms. And then bend those knees again. Keep turning your knees out as you lift your elbows up. All the way up. Unwrap the arms. Arms are wide, palms are down. Turn towards that left leg, bending your left knee. I'm gonna back up a little bit to give myself some more space. Bending the left knee, your left fingertips to the floor. Pull your body weight forward so you're standing just on the left leg. The right leg goes up, the right toes turn up. Get long through the right side of your waist. Maybe looking up. Your weight's in your heel of that left foot, not in the toes. Do your best to shift the weight back. Okay, we're gonna slowly transition to square the hips to the mat. Right hand goes down, right hip goes down, left arm goes up. So twisting towards the left. Rotate down, hands are down, step your right foot back, and we're going to turn right. And here we are last time with our wide feet. Wiggle your feet a little wider, any amount. Okay, hands are forward or forearms are down. Some of you might be able to move into a wide split, but don't fight for that, that's for sure. Breathe into the width of your low back. Finish up one more breath, and then bring your hands back under your shoulders if you've moved your elbows forward, okay? Wiggle your feet closer together so it feels easy for you to move again. Now turn towards your right foot. So you should be facing the top of your mat. Doesn't matter because we're gonna move anyway. Bring your left foot forward and have a seat. Great. Let's lay onto our backs. Knees are bent. Cross your right leg over your left. Nice and tight. Let your knees fall to the left. Reach your right arm to the right and twist to the right. It's a subtle movement. Push your right hip to the right so that instead of feeling your hip rolling to the left, you're actually pushing back a little bit with your bum. So it feels like you're pushing your hip to the right. And those of you that are feeling comfortable and flexible, you can straighten one or both legs, holding the right big toe with the left first two fingers and thumbs. Finish up with one more breath here. If you've got your knees wrapped still, go ahead and just roll onto your back. If you're holding the toe, we're gonna release the toe, roll onto the back. Uncross your right leg from your left, or just put your right foot flat if you've already uncrossed, and then take your left leg over your right. Take a big breath here, inhale. As you exhale, let your knees fall to the right, reaching away with your left hand. And we're gonna try to push that left hip towards the left. So we're feeling a little more stretch because of that. If you're comfortable, hold your left big toe, first two fingers and thumb, There you go. You can straighten your bottom leg as well if you like to. Then we're all going to lay on our backs, uncross the left leg from the right if you've still got them crossed, bending both knees. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together and open the knees up and start our final resting pose like this. Arms are nice and wide, just beneath the shoulders, palms to the ceiling. Breathe into the low belly. Whenever you're ready, straighten your legs one at a time, keeping your heels slightly wider than your hips, big toes and knees turned out to the sides, and continue in your final resting pose, shavasana. Begin to deepen your breathing. Wiggle your fingers and toes. And reach your arms behind you. Get a big stretch from your fingertips through to the heels of your feet. Releasing your stretch, bend your knees. Roll to the right, using your right arm as a pillow. Left hand to the floor, left leg extends. Use your left arm to come up as that left leg extends. And we're sitting in a cross-legged position or kneeling for just a moment. Eyes closed, hands to the heart center, sitting up nice and tall. Have a great day. Namaste.
Namaste.